Get ready, sports fans. The news cycle is absolutely spinning, and we've got the inside track on the stories that are about to dominate the conversation. From critical assessments of legendary players to candid insights from the league's biggest names, this is your essential download. We're diving deep into the narratives shaping the upcoming season, bringing you the unmissable updates you need to stay ahead of the game. Don't blink, because the action is happening now. Let's get into it. First up, a major analysis is dropping a truth bomb on one of the league's most iconic quarterbacks, pinpointing a weakness that everyone's talking about. Is Father Time catching up? We've got the breakdown. Then, we're heading to the field as a star quarterback opens up about a highly anticipated Week 1 showdown against his former team. Get ready for some candid thoughts on facing familiar faces in a brand new jersey. Following that, a Hall of Fame legend is sending a powerful message to that same quarterback, offering advice as he embarks on a new chapter in his career. What wisdom does a seasoned veteran have for a player entering his twilight years? And finally, we're revisiting that critical analysis, with a prominent sports publication doubling down on a key player's biggest vulnerability. What does this mean for the season ahead? Stick around, because you won't want to miss a single second. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Age is the undeniable weakness. Pro Football Focus has just unveiled its list of the top weaknesses for every starting quarterback in the NFL, and their assessment of Aaron Rodgers is raising eyebrows. The publication identifies Father Time as the ultimate kryptonite for the veteran signal caller, a concern that's not new but continues to loom large. John Costco of PFF noted that the assessment for Rodgers could practically be copied and pasted from the previous year. Rodgers is set to turn 42 this season, a milestone that brings with it the challenge of adapting to a new coaching staff and integrating with new offensive weapons. While his arm talent remains undeniable, Costco observed that everything just looked harder for him a year ago. The report specifically points to his mobility, which was once a significant weapon in his prime, as not being what it used to be. PFF acknowledges the slim possibility of Rodgers emulating Tom Brady's late career success, but frankly states that the odds are stacked against him. This isn't the first time PFF has voiced these concerns. The same issues were highlighted last year. That prediction largely held true, as Rodgers battled through nagging injuries and struggled to elevate the Jets' performance. The team finished with a disappointing 5-12 record, leading to the dismissal of the entire coaching staff and Rodgers' own departure. Although Rodgers appeared mobile during training camp, making impressive off-platform throws, PFF emphasizes the difference between performing such feats in August versus the grind of a full season, especially in colder weather. The reality of aging in professional sports is stark. Recovery from hits and exertion is significantly slower in one's 40s compared to one's 20s. Rodgers is slated to face a challenging schedule early on, including a Week 1 matchup against the Minnesota Vikings, who managed 3 sacks and 3 interceptions against him last season. The encouraging sign, however, remains his arm strength. The ball still carries zip, and his ability to make high-level throws persists. Yet the analysis underscores that to consistently execute these plays, Rodgers needs a clean pocket, a luxury not always afforded to quarterbacks in their later years. His journey is a testament to the rarity of quarterbacks succeeding at such an advanced age, with Tom Brady being the notable, almost singular, exception. When Rodgers takes the field for his first snap with his new team on September 7th, he will not only be the oldest quarterback, but also the oldest player in the team's history. The organization's hope is that he defies his age and delivers a performance that belies his years. But is Rodgers feeling the pressure of this new chapter? We'll hear directly from him about a massive Week 1 clash next. It's just one game. As the NFL gears up for its opening weekend, the league office has once again scheduled a high-profile matchup. The Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the New York Jets on Sunday, September 7th. This game marks a significant moment for Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who will face his former team on their home turf in North Jersey, a reunion that is sure to carry emotional weight. Rodgers, however, appeared to downplay the significance of this particular game during a recent appearance on Mad Dog Sports Radio. He characterized the matchup as 1 game out of 17, suggesting that the emotional narrative surrounding it might be overblown. Probably nowhere near where it might be made out, Rodgers stated. A lot has changed over there, coaching staff-wise, player-wise. Obviously, I have friendships over there, but it's 1 game out of 17. At 5 o'clock Eastern on that Sunday, it's only going to be on to the next game. That's just the way it is. Rodgers spent the first 18 seasons of his illustrious NFL career with the Green Bay Packers, where he cemented his legacy as one of the game's greatest quarterbacks. His departure from Green Bay was less than amicable, culminating in a trade to the Jets during the 2023 offseason. The initial reception in New York was met with immense excitement, with many projecting the Jets as Super Bowl contenders. However, his tenure with the Jets was cut short by an Achilles tear on the very first offensive series of the 2023 season. Last year, despite remaining healthy, his performance began to show signs of age, as noted in previous reports. Earlier this summer, Rodgers indicated on The Pat McAfee Show that 2025 is likely to be his final season in the NFL. His ultimate goal is to conclude his career with a second Super Bowl title. While the current Steelers roster may not be immediate Super Bowl favorites, they boast a strong defense and promising young talent, suggesting they will be competitive this season. Last year, Rodgers threw for 3,897 yards and 28 touchdowns, but his passer rating of 90.5 was the lowest of his full seasons as a starter, and his 6.7 yards per pass attempt tied for the lowest in his career. For more on the Steelers and general NFL news, fans can turn to the Rodger Report Sports. Facing his old team is one thing, but what about advice from another legendary quarterback? We'll hear from Drew Brees next. Embrace the moment. As Aaron Rodgers prepares for his inaugural season with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's receiving guidance from a fellow quarterback who navigated the latter stages of his career with remarkable success. Drew Brees. Brees, who famously continued to perform at a high level well into his 40s, is encouraging Rodgers to fully embrace his current situation with his new team. Rodgers, now 42 and entering what is likely his final NFL season, finds himself in a unique position. After a challenging tenure with the New York Jets, which was marred by injury and a decline in performance, he has joined the Steelers. This marks a fresh start for the veteran quarterback, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest to ever play the position. The question on many minds is how much he truly has left in the tank after a difficult year. Speaking on NFL on CBS, Brees shared his perspective on Rodgers' situation. "I think more than anything, just being in the moment," Brees advised. "The opportunity, obviously it's a fresh start for him, leaving the Jets. He's going to an organization and a team and a coach in Mike Tomlin that really has an established identity there. The Steelers have consistently been a playoff contender throughout Mike Tomlin's tenure, though a Super Bowl appearance has eluded them for some time. Rodgers' arrival has ignited hopes among the fanbase that this could be the season Pittsburgh reclaims its status as an elite team in the league." Brees' message emphasizes the importance of soaking in every moment and leveraging the opportunity that Pittsburgh presents. If Rodgers can effectively integrate with the talented Steelers roster and capitalize on the coaching stability provided by Mike Tomlin, the team could indeed become a formidable force. The ultimate hope is that Rodgers can cap off his storied career with a championship. Brees' advice suggests that by focusing on the present and embracing the new environment, Rodgers might just find the success he's seeking in his final NFL chapter. The Steelers, armed with Rodgers and a solid supporting cast, are certainly aiming for a deep playoff run. But beyond the advice, the critical assessments continue. We'll revisit PFF's take on Rodgers' biggest hurdle: the redundancy of age. Pro Football Focus has once again highlighted a significant factor impacting Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers: his age. In their latest analysis of the league's starting quarterbacks, PFF identified Rodgers' 41 years as his primary weakness, an assessment they themselves admit is a repeat from their 2024 evaluation. PFF's John Costco stated, "This could be just a copy and paste from our 2024 iteration." He elaborated that Rodgers, who will turn 42 this season, is navigating the complexities of a new coaching staff and integrating with new offensive weapons. While acknowledging that Rodgers still possesses considerable arm talent, Costco pointed out that everything just looked harder for him a year ago. A key area of concern is his mobility, which was once a defining characteristic of his game but is no longer at its peak. PFF remains cautious about Rodgers' potential for a Tom Brady-esque resurgence late in his career, concluding that the odds are stacked against him. This reiteration of age as Rodgers' main vulnerability comes at a time when the Steelers are aiming for a deep playoff run in 2025, boasting a roster that appears well-equipped for such ambitions. The narrative surrounding Rodgers' potential success with Pittsburgh draws parallels to Tom Brady's late-career triumphs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. However, PFF's analysis suggests that replicating such a feat will be an uphill battle for Rodgers. Adding a layer to this discussion, Steelers legend Ben Roethlisberger recently had the opportunity to witness Rodgers throwing in practice. Roethlisberger was reportedly so impressed that he admitted he would need to revise his initial win-loss predictions for the upcoming regular season. This first-hand observation offers a glimmer of optimism, contrasting with PFF's more critical outlook. For those seeking continuous updates on the Steelers, the report encourages following them on X at the Steelers Wire and liking their Facebook page. That's all the news we have for you today. But don't go anywhere yet, we've got a quick recap and your full call to action coming up. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. We saw Pro Football Focus identify age as Aaron Rodgers' main weakness, Rodgers himself downplay his Week 1 matchup against the Jets, Drew Brees offer advice to Rodgers for his final season, and PFF double down on that age concern. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms so you don't miss a single update.